One, two, one, two, one, two. Here we go. Welcome to the Catalyst Podcast, raw, real, and unedited. My name is Jason, and you can find Catalyst at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. You can hear this podcast created through Spreaker on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, and Amazon. A Catalyst has the power to create change. We hope that's what this podcast will do. If you would like to be a part of this podcast, as a guest or a contributor, you can email us at catalystmotivation561@gmail.com. That's catalystmotivation561@gmail.com. Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 56 of the Catalyst podcast. Last week we did something special. We gave you a 2-for-1. 2-for-1 when it comes to our podcast. So you got episode 54 and 55. Now you're going to get episode 56. I just want to take a moment and thank everybody. Thank everybody for the support. Thank everybody for listening. We're small but mighty, and we're growing every day, so I appreciate it. Any ideas, or maybe you want to have a conversation, again, give us a shout out here, message us here, or give us a shout out with the email, catalystmotivation561@gmail.com. Today, we are going to talk about retraining your brain, upgrade your mindset, and unlock your potential. That's our topic. I hope you're going to enjoy it. Without any further ado, let me take a sip of coffee. And let's get started. Okay? So, retraining your brain. Think about your brain like a computer, right? It's consistently processing information, forming habits, and making decisions. But just like a computer, our brains can get stuck in outdated programs. These programs or limiting beliefs can hold us back from reaching our full potential. So, the question is, are you ready to hit the Control Alt Delete and reboot your mindset? Maybe, maybe not, but I'd like you to join us. Okay. So let's talk about brain retraining. All right. Brain retraining is all about recognizing and challenging those negative thought patterns that hold us back. It's about rewiring our neutral pathways to create empowering beliefs. Here's a relatable quote. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Buddha. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. You've heard me say something on the lines of that similarly throughout. What you think is what you become. What you think is what you are. And the actions you take with that. This quote directly captures the power of brain retraining. Our thoughts shape our reality, and by retraining your brain, you can literally change the way you see the world for yourself. All right? From fearful to fearless. Let me share a story. We talked about this friend of mine who was terrified about public speaking, right? The thought of getting up in front of people would make their palms sweat and their voice tremble. This fear stemmed from bad experiences in the past. But they knew they had to overcome this. Right? Public speaking is a valuable skill, and they wanted to share the idea with the world, so they decided to retrain their brain. And here is what they did. Number one, they identified their limiting beliefs. They realized core beliefs. They realized that the core belief behind the fear was that they weren't good enough. They challenged their beliefs. They started to ask themselves, is it true? Is there any evidence to support this? And the answer was no. So then they wanted to go and replace the belief. They replaced the negative belief with a positive one. I am capable and confident. And then they practiced. They practiced and they practiced. They would get up at open mics. They would practice in front of myself and my friends. It wasn't easy, but slowly and surely the fear started to fade. Now they actually enjoy public speaking. It's a powerful tool that allows them to connect with others and share their messages. So it's awesome. And it's interesting to see how this person has grown and developed over time. Um, I'm really proud of her. She's she's really overcome that fear. And I talk about this a lot, but even I come up with some of these challenges. And when a situation like this happens, and I'm able to assist somebody, it reignites me to get back into the game and work on it for myself. Anyway, we got off Trackistan, so let's get back into this here. So um, let's talk about the science behind brain training or brain retraining. So there's an actual science behind brain retraining, right? Our brains are neuroplastic, which means they can change and adapt throughout our lives. Right? We have the flexibility of making that change. When we learn new things or we practice new behaviors, we create new neural pathways. By retraining your brain, you're essentially strengthening these positive pathways and weakening the negative ones. So, a few techniques for retraining. Let's call this your brain training toolbox, okay? We got many techniques that you can use to retrain your brain, but here are some of my favorites. Number one, affirmations. Oh, repeating positive statements about yourself can help overwrite negative beliefs. My mornings are so very important to me. It's a time for me to just be with myself and enjoy myself and love on myself. I have the fortunateness of being down here in South Florida in Jupiter. And every morning, if I don't get out to walk, um, I'll go to the beach. And that beach time is so magical and important to me. And most of the time with my affirmations is when that happens. Those walks on the beach, when it's just about to have the sunrise and there's nobody there except you and maybe some turtles that are nesting, a couple of birds. But affirmations are so powerful. What you speak, you become, right? Visualization, imagine yourself achieving your goals. This can help program your brain for success. When I was a hurdler, I heard about Ronaldo Nehemiah, one of my all-time favorite hurdlers. That's what he would do. I would hear about Jerry Rice when he was running his patterns. He would visualize catching the ball. So these things are very important because it's taking your brain from where you currently are into a new area and moving away from it, right? Another one, meditation. Meditation helps train your focus and awareness, which can make it easier to identify challenges and negative thoughts. And finally, gratitude practice. Focus on the good things in your life. It can help to shift your mindset to a more positive one. I begin and end my day with gratitude. Before I open up my eyes, I am I'm being thankful for another day. I'm being thankful for the people in my life. I'm being thankful for what the things that I have. At the end of the day, I do the same exact thing. Just thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for another breath of air, another heartbeat, another day where I can, you know, be able to function and move. I'm thankful for my son. I'm thankful for my family, the people in my life. Um, just practicing that all the time, um, turning the negatives into positives in gratitude, in meditation, in visualization, affirmation can retrain your brain. Okay, so let's put this all up with a nice little bow here. Right, retraining your brain is a powerful tool that can help you overcome limitations, achieve goals, and live a happier, more fulfilling life. It's not just about erasing negative thoughts completely. It's about learning to recognize them and challenge them with empowering beliefs. So here's a fun little challenge for you. All right. Here's what I want you to do. All right. Take 5 minutes right now to write down a limiting belief that's been holding you back. Okay. Go ahead. Take some time. Give yourself 5 minutes. Just close your eyes and think about what is it? What's a limiting belief that's been holding me back? All right. Then I want you to write down a positive affirmation that challenges that belief. All right. Repeat this affirmation to yourself throughout the day. In fact, take your phone, get in your calendar piece, and I have something very similar. I have something at 5:30. I have something at 6. I have something at 10. I have something at 12. I have something at 2. I have something at 5 that I say to myself. Um, Give that a try. And just when it comes up, you just repeat the affirmation to yourself, right? Remember, folks, your brain is like a garden. With the right care and cultivation, you can grow anything you set your mind to, all right? So let's retrain our brains and have a cultivative mindset for success. And with that being said, I want to thank you all so much for listening. And I hope you get something out of that. And I hope you do the actionable takeaway. How about just, instead of listening, take action? That's going to be the first step. All right. Let me know what happens here in the comments, and also send me an email at catalystmotivation561@gmail.com. With that being said, I want to thank you so much for listening to the Catalyst Podcast. Raw, real, and unedited. My name is Jason, and you can find Catalyst at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. You can hear the podcast created through Spreaker on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, and Amazon. A Catalyst has the power to create change, and we hope this podcast will do. Again, if you want to be part of this podcast as a guest or a contributor, you can email us at catalystmotivation561@gmail.com. That's catalystmotivation561@gmail.com. Thank you so much for joining us here for episode 55 of the Catalyst Podcast. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you on episode 56 of the Catalyst Podcast. For now, this is Jason, appreciating you, wishing you well, and telling you, go be great.